Good morning, YouTube.
Mic check.
Okay, we ready? Let's do this. Today is Wednesday, May 1st, the best day of the week, New Comic Book Day. I'm JB, and welcome to another edition of What's On Today with Discovery Bay, home of the YouTube Comic Community Channel Guide. This is the show where I'm going to share some of my top picks from the sea of comic content that was released yesterday. Then I'm going to go down a rundown of a lineup of all the shows that are either releasing or going live today. Today, I'm taking a poll. What is your read of the week? Please drop it in the comments below, and I'm going to give everyone the results on tomorrow morning's show. Also, I want to give a big thanks to everybody that bought something from me at Big Lion Cat's 9 Lives auction at the Cat Slayer last Saturday. Your box is all right here, and they're going out today. You should be seeing your stuff on Friday or Saturday. So, let's get started with a quick recap of yesterday's highlights. There are links to these channels in the description below. These channels have been discovered. Okay, over at Bear Island Comics, we had a terrific video released titled Random Reads Tales of the Teen Titans number 59. Does your cartel have a machete guy? Comic books. Let's take a peek.
Previously on Bear Island Comics. That Spider-Man booth, I finally got one of their mystery boxes. Tales of the Teen Titans 59. It's got Disco Nightwing. So I hold in my hand the first appearance of absolutely no one. It is issue 59 of a series I have never touched. This thing should be sitting in a long box in the dark of my basement. It is an orphan of a comic book. And that is exactly why I decided to open it up and read it. The main story is by Marv Wolfman, George Perez, and Len Wein. So we've got that going for us, which is nice. Robin's having a bit of a freak out because he's bouncing between two realities. And so what did we learn from Tales of the Teen Titans 59? Number 1, machetes are most effective when thrown. What do you say we check out some of the ads? There's an Oreo maze that's not filled out. That's like having a Hulk 181 with the Marvel stamp intact, except virtually worthless. If you were around in the 80s, aliens were the main way candy was marketed back then. It was E.T. and this guy. Alright, now this page is amazing. Look at this. Shut off mom or your annoying dad, brother, or sister whenever you want. All you have to do is send $1 to a nameless company in New York, and they'll totally send you a pair of earplugs.
To check out the entire video and more great content from Bear Island Comics, click the link right here. Okay, the next item on the recap comes from John's Comics with Kids channel. John released the second installment in an absolutely terrific series yesterday titled Starting Lineup Episode 2 Wonder Woman. Let's take a look.
Hi, and welcome to episode number 2 in a new series I'm doing called Starting Line, a series where we look at popular characters that have a long history, and we try to find the best spot for a new person to dive right in and get to know that character. If you want to know who I picked this time, hang around and watch. It's possible that today's character, Wonder Woman, might just have one of the most impressive histories in any character in comics. Of course, her history leading all the way back to the golden age of comics is one that is storied and has many parts that you could look in as jumping on points. So to find the right one took a little bit of research. If you want to go all the way back to All-Star Comics number 8 to see her very first appearance, be my guest. The problem is, I find some of those Golden Age stories will be a little more dated when it comes to reading, and my preference is to find something modern when it comes to diving in the first time.
This is an awesome concept and terrific execution. To check out the entire video and more great content from John at John's Comics with Kids, click the link right here. Okay, for the final item on the recap, head over to Lords of the Longbox channel. TiVo released an awesome video titled Top Variant Comic Book Picks week of 5/1/19. Let's take a peek.
Unveiled guy, ready? Okay. 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 Ready? Okay. 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 Ready? Okay. 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 Ready? Okay.
Right? Oh yeah! The music is from the Funky Boogie Brothers and the name of the song is Ready Okay. Now, these don't release every Tuesday, but when they do, it's a must-watch for me. To check out this entire video and more from TiVo and the Lords of the Long Box, click the link right here. Alright, now let's get to today's lineup and find out what's on today with Discovery Bay. All of these times are listed in both Pacific Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time, and all of the channel links with timestamps are in the description below. So, first up, at 12 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern.
Whosoever watches this channel, if he or she be worthy, shall acquire the knowledge from High Road Comics.
Arrow over at High Road's Comics channel gives us a video titled High Road Comics Hall, CBSI Queen of Bad Dreams is here, Bob Kane Homage. At 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, Go Joe's Son. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, so head over to Jeff Comic 813 channel and learn some Cantonese while watching the next episode of Cantonese Comic Wednesday, aka CCW. This is the series where Jeff shares his comic haul and teaches us some Cantonese. You don't want to miss it. At 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, over at I Love Signed Comics channel, we should be getting the next installment in his series titled My Wednesday 5. Today's video is for comics releasing May 8th. We only get his top 5 picks for next week. Now at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, Bueller is not only back, he's feeling great, pumping out great content again. That's right, head over to Comics with Bueller channel for a video titled New Comic Books Releasing May 8th, 2019, Marvel and DC Comics Coming Out, Weekly Picks. Alright, at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, over at the Luther Manning channel, we get a live stream titled Luther and Reaper Live, 4/30, 2019, Endgame and more. Tonight, we'll discuss Avengers Endgame with spoilers, warnings of course, and whatever else is happening in our wonderful hobby. At 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Dave over at Mr. Miracle Comics channel is releasing the next installment in his terrific series titled 10 Undervalued Comics for April 30th, 2019. Dave has been getting great suggestions from the community and he's going to share some of those with us today. This is a fantastic watch and I encourage you to check him out. There's a link in the description below. Is this hot? Okay, we're good. So, at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, or maybe earlier, you gotta make sure you got your notification bell on for this guy. Head over to Comic Tom 101 for a live edition of Bags and Boards. Tom and Fire Guy Ryan talk comic books and pop culture news. Stop by the chat, hit the like button, and say hello. At 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, over at 90MF Comics, we should be getting a live stream titled 90 Miles from Comics Live, 4/30/19. Chad, the freshly married man, congrats yo bro! And the boys sit around and share their new comic book day hauls and talk comic shop. At 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, over at the Boy Who Had 7 Talks Comic Books channel, Matt is going live with a stream titled Amateur Hour episode number 4 with Sasquatch 210 and Mr. Garrell. So join Matt and John of Sasquatch 210 as they host special guest Mr. Garrell and discuss the do's and don'ts of collecting. At 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern over at the Batman Statue Collector channel, we're getting a live stream titled Rogues Gallery Live, episode 13, Avengers Endgame Chat, Prime 1 Shipping, Statue Cleaning Tips. This week on Rogues Gallery, the gallery will discuss the Avengers Endgame movie and also what's going on with Prime 1 Studios shipping to the US. We'll also take a look at pictures from the last few weeks worth of pre-orders. Okay, also at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern over at the Lords of the Longbox channel, TiVo and the boys are going live with a stream titled Avengers Endgame Review and Discussion, Spoilers! Alright, at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, we get yet another live show. This one is titled Comic Core Unlimited, over at the Comic Core YouTube channel that has content every single night. There are links to the description below. Join JD, Israel of Comic Spectre, Jason of Comics Misexplained, and John of John's Comics with Kids for the next edition in this live show. Tonight they talk about what you should be reading, what's happening at upcoming cons, what books are getting hot, what channels you should be watching, and tonight I'm sure there's going to be some more Endgame talk. This should be fun. Stop by the chat and leave a thumbs up. Alright, and the last item on the lineup and the last live show that I know about starts at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. It's Wednesday, so you know what that means. New Comic Book Day Book Club. So head over to John's Comics with Kids channel tonight and join John and Alec of White Whale Comics as they host special guest Caleb the Comic Smurf Murphy, and they discuss today's book, Deceased. Well, that's all for today's show, but I did want to mention really quick, I will be going live this Friday on Comic Core, Saturday night over at the Great Legends auction, and Sunday afternoon at Alec of White Whale's channel for an auction. Also, next Tuesday at the home of the New York Warriors for, you guessed it, another auction. It's time for JB to pare down this collection in the pursuit of my next grail. Alright, thank you for taking the time to watch me and our channel today. Please visit me on Facebook and Instagram where I'll be posting this schedule with any ads and or changes this afternoon. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. If you know of anyone who may be interested in this information or may want to be included in the show, please share this with them. Also, please leave me a comment below on what comic book you're most looking forward to today, and I'm going to share the results in tomorrow morning's show. If you're not already a subscriber, think about subscribing so you don't miss out on any of these cool new shows. I hope you find some great new content and maybe even your new favorite channel today. As always, don't forget, we had a good time.